Welcome back, everybody. Today I would like to share with you some of my ideas that I've used in the past of things to put in trick-or-treating bags or things to hand out for trick-or-treaters that aren't candy and food. Usually I do put candy in my trick-or-treat bags, and I also try to put other stuff like peanut butter crackers or something other than just a bunch of chocolate and sugary candy. But these are some things I also have used in the past because I try to make my trick or treat bags not full of just chocolate, and hopefully the parents appreciate that too. I used to, for my nephews, we would do like a big basket for each of them, so I definitely didn't want to fill it up with just chocolate. So here's some ideas: gender neutral, allergy safe for the most part. Some of these you will have to kind of, obviously if you're taking things to school, you need to find out if the kids have a gluten allergy, peanut allergy, and even magnets. Some kids can't have magnets, any toys with them, because they have like a pacemaker or a machine or some other electronical thing inside them. So let's get into it. I always do trick-or-treat bags, I'm just going to tell you. And I usually put 1 can of Faygo in the trick-or-treat bag, like a diet Faygo. You could do water and then throw like drink packets in there if you wanted. Just an idea. But I know that like that has always been an absolute huge hit when kids come to our house. Like, we're the house that gives out Faygo. So that's usually a pretty big deal. The other thing that I usually give out is a flavored chapstick in the candy genre. This one here has Skittles, Starburst, M&Ms, and I would not go by this price. They're not this much. This is off of eBay. Someone's reselling it. But I usually go to Walmart and buy the big packs like this of Skittles or Hershey's. Here's M&M's, Starburst, Twizzlers. They have tons, you guys. Oreos. I usually go to the kids makeup section at Walmart, and usually they'll have like a big either, what is this, chapstick brand, or they'll have the Smuckers. Is that what it's called? This isn't gluten-free, just so you know, but it is something to give out for trick-or-treaters. The next non-Halloween item is these glow-in-the-dark sticks. I'm going to show you guys non-Halloween items first, and then we'll get into like actual Halloween-y stuff. So these glow sticks are also something you can get year-round, just like the chapstick, which is great because you can slowly buy stuff in advance, so you're not dumping, half your paycheck on Halloween stuff. These usually come in multi-packs. Like this one says it has 100 for $10 at walmart.com. This is probably pretty accurate in person as well. They have individual packets, big packets you could break apart and throw them in the little bags. Kids love these. They really do. Or you could just put them loosely. I would light them up and make little bracelets out of them and put them in your candy bowl if you're going to give out a big candy bowl with a scoop to kids until the whole candy bowl is like lit up. The kids love that. Or if you're going to be giving out trick-or-treat bags, I would go ahead and break them and make the bracelets that day that you're going to be handing them out, so kids can use them that night. The next thing is pencils. It doesn't have to be Halloween themed pencils. It can be anything like super cool. I'm telling you guys, this is always a hit. I don't know why. Like the first year I bought some really cool like glitter and like different things like pencils. My husband teased the shit out of me. He's like, ain't no kid's gonna want that. And the kids went nuts over it. They loved the pencils. I don't know why. But I think, when you're at that age, you have to have a pencil for school. So maybe that's why. Getting into the Halloween stuff, the next things I'm going to be showing you are all things from Dollar Tree. And they are multi-packed items, meaning you can get them for $1, whatever. And they're going to have several inside of it. These right here are $1.50. And they have, it says they're 50 pieces. So these are the little like rings. They have little bats on them, snakes, skulls. These are a hit with both genders, like male and female. I notice kids love these. And they can also trade them for other things. That's the other thing. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, we would all go trick-or-treating, and then we would meet up at one person's house, dump everything out, and we would trade things. And it was really cool. A few years ago, we had this massive like Halloween party, and all my nephews came over, and then all the kids went trick-or-treating in the neighborhood, and they came back, and our house got to be that hangout spot, right? Where all the kids were just dumping everything everywhere, and it was just, I don't know, it brought so much joy to me. Next thing are some travel size items. this is kind of iffy. You may be able to find some mini hand sanitizers that are really cute, or some mini flavored like toothbrushes, toothpaste that are kid friendly. It's totally up to you guys. This would be more like a Walmart item, but I just brought it up on Dollar Tree just so I could show you, and I wanted to touch on that they do have sometimes kids travel size items. This is another thing that you can buy pre-Halloween, right? This is all year. These are little wild critters. These are at Dollar Tree, and it looks like for $1.75, you get a box of, I don't know, maybe 10? Looks to be about 10. They got like fish, animals, bugs. I probably wouldn't do the bugs. I'm just being honest with you. But I think like this safari one would go good with any kid, or this like little horse ones. I think kids would love that too. I'd probably do the safari for boys and the horses for the girls. This is also Dollar Tree. It is a 6-pack for $3. This is just an example of how sometimes Dollar Tree kids toy section will have multi-pack items like this. And I highly recommend this because it will save you so much money in the long run. I wouldn't pay $3 for this, but if you can find one for $1 something that you can open up the package and then have multiple in, that's a plus for sure. Next one is stickers, and I say this with advising if you know the parents, because some kids are not allowed to have stickers, and for a good reason. So I probably would not give stickers out unless it was like for a school thing or I knew the parents or whatever. Next is Play-Doh. This is an 8-pack molding dough. $1.75 from Dollar Tree. I would try to find like the Play-Doh knockoff. That would be a good thing to give out in trick-or-treat bags. I would avoid any jelly, slime. Avoid that. I mean, parents will thank you later. Nobody wants to pick that out of their carpet. But safe Play-Doh. It is not gluten-free, just so everybody knows. Play-Doh is not gluten-free. However, if you're giving out candy and trick-or-treating, I would hope that those parents would, check the kids' stuff first. But Play-Doh is a great thing to give out. Bubbles are another thing that's like kind of iffy. I mean, this is a 3-pack for $1. This is a little bit too much for me. $1.75 for 3. You're paying $1 something per tube. It's a little bit too much, but you may be able to find a better price at Dollar Tree during the summer and stuff. They may have more variety packs or something, and this would be a good thing as long as you think it's going to be leak proof. That's my only worry, is I would only do this if I was giving out bags that were going to be like standing upright, because when I put Faygo, a can of Faygo in my trick-or-treat bags, the bag stands up. So, but if you're not doing that, I would kind of be cautious. The other non-candy related thing that Dollar Tree has to offer is little kits like this. This says, what is this, like a 5-pack? And I don't know, it just depends. Sometimes Dollar Tree sells them individually for $1. Sometimes you can get a 3-pack or whatever. And I would literally open these up, and I would probably put one in each, kid's bag. And then the markers too, I might split up. So it just depends. I try to do gender neutral bags so that I can just hand them out to kids and not have to even think about it. But if you wanted to do like 2 separate, you could. I know that one year me and DC had some extra money. We did separate bags, not by gender, but by age. We had a small age group, and then we had more of a teenager, like young teenager group. And so when they would come up, we would give like the teenagers a certain bag and then the kids a certain bag. So that way the items were more tapered to them. Because some of this stuff, like this, a little kid isn't going to probably do this, but a young teenager might, and then hang it up in their room. If you could find some cool ones. The last thing is Dollar Tree, surprisingly, actually carries a lot of Disney merchandise now. And this would be a great opportunity to pass out in bags. And kids will be fighting over this and trading their favorite character. The other thing I did forget to add real quick, last thing, socks. Sometimes Dollar Tree will have like a 3-pack of candy socks or a Disney brand or some other like well-known, label or brand. If you could get a 3-pack for $1, it's actually not too bad. And some of the older kids would appreciate something like that. So that is a good deal, but it is rare to find. So that's why I say like a lot of these items I'm choosing that aren't candy are something you can slowly buy throughout the year. That way when Halloween comes, you're not like, have all this money you need to, to buy what you want to buy. It's going to cost like $100, right? And that can be hard sometimes, especially if you are, having a rough week or whatever. So me and DC, when we used to give out candy, we actually like to space it out over the year and, buy chapstick when we could, buy this when we could. Also going to Dollar Tree. Sometimes they have Halloween stuff on clearance after Halloween, and Walmart for sure does. So that's also a good way to get stuff. But this year, I'm not sure if we're going to give out candy or not. We took last year off. We did a whole financial haul over our finances and are really trying to do a no spend. And it's actually really encouraged me to be like creative and find other ways to do things. And actually, this year, I'll give you a little sneak peek on what I'm planning for Christmas. I challenged myself this year for my nephews. I was going to do a no buy Christmas present. And I have slowly been accumulating free things for them. And I'm going to show you guys, we're going to package them together. I was at a yard sale. And if you go to yard sales, a lot of times people at the very end of their driveway will have a box that says like free items, right? And they had these drawstring backpacks, definitely had a company logo on it, was definitely given to them for free. But it had the exact number of bags for the exact nieces and nephews I have. And I was like, score. And I instantly got this idea. This is what I'm going to do this year. I'm going to fill these bags to the brim of free stuff that I accumulate or regifting or whatever for whatever reason, right? So my dad, for instance, gets Happy Meals, like kids' meals a lot, but he doesn't want the toy, so he's been saving them for me, so I'm going to be putting that in there. I got free books from the free library that I'm going to be putting in there. I have a couple reimbursement programs where you like let's say like popcorn, right? Jolly Time is one of the big ones. When you buy Jolly Time, if you save your barcode off of the cardboard box, you can accumulate them, and I'll just show you really quick. If you do jollytime.com, right here, jollytime.com. This is their website. You go over to free stuff. You can get socks, a t-shirt, a book, a lunch bag, fidget spinner, pop socket, playing cards. So some of these items like this isn't like the greatest, but for sure playing cards I think my nephews would play with. And these socks are like really cool, you guys. Like how cool are these socks? So that is one thing that I have done this year, is slowly accumulate these little pop tabs. Or not pop tabs, what do you call these? Barcode things, whatever they're called, right? And I have been accumulating, saving them, turning them in, and getting free stuff for that. So that's been awesome. And amongst other things, I've been given, keychains or just different stuff, right? So that's my project, my big project this year, and I'm almost there. I'm going to try to film that video probably November. I still need to get a few things. And we went to this one event too where me and DC were both given like bags of candy, and I'm like, I'm putting this in my nephew's Christmas gift. So it's actually been fun. It's actually been like a challenge for me to try to find like free items that are good quality that they would actually like. And I have really been enjoying that. I really have, because I don't know, it's fun, and it's a challenge of no spin. And then there is no heartache if these kids don't want something or toss it out or whatever. It doesn't matter. Last year, the year before, I spent quite a long time building my nephews a custom wooden gift, which you will see this December because I filmed a video. Me and my dad spent quite a lot of time building them custom woodworking gifts, okay? And the one nephew's gift was even more intricate because I made him like a little hiding spot in this wooden gift, and he could hide his money back there. And it just took a lot more time than I thought. So much love went into that. When I gave them to my nephews, they were just like, eh. Like, I don't even remember them saying thank you. And it broke my heart. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you. It broke my heart. Because me and my dad had spent so much time on them. And I think my one nephew was like, oh, thanks. Like, he was just being nice. And then my other two nephews, he was like, oh, okay. Like, you know. And then the youngest nephew was, I gave him his gift, and he looked at it, looked at his brother, and gave it to his brother, and said, here, you can have this. I don't want it. My heart broke. I'm being honest with you guys. It broke. That, I had took so much time to intricately make them these special gifts, which you will see this December because it's from last year. I didn't want to spoil it because one of them does watch my videos sometimes. I didn't want them to see what they were getting, but it absolutely broke my heart. And it is what it is. Kids are kids. You can't be mad at them. But I kind of decided this year, I'm not spending a bunch of money. I'm not, and we're trying to like redo our finances and stuff. And then when I seen those free bags at a yard sale, it just inspired me. You know what I mean? It just inspired me to be like, oh, this is almost like a YouTube, like this could be a YouTube video. This could be a challenge, like, and a way to get rid of some stuff and just to be like creative. And so that I am very excited to share with you guys. But enough rambling on. Thanks for watching, and if you have any non-food, non-chocolate food items that you would give away for trick-or-treating or have given away for trick-or-treating, drop them in the comments below. Share the ideas. Let's build this community and share ideas. Everybody can go to the store and buy chocolate, right? What's some other things we can give kids to make Halloween just special and full of joy for them? So, like always, thanks for watching. Do something good for yourself. Do something good for somebody else, and I hope you have a beautiful day.